Okay.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining for this session, Indian Divine Immersion Retreat, February 13 to 22. This is very, very exciting. I have been called to do this and I'm having dreams about it. I'm having guidance about it. So I know this is meant to be, and this is going to be a very special, special journey. Okay. So this is the actual view from the ashram. That's one of our partners sent me this. So this is really beautiful and divine. And what we will cover in this presentation, we'll talk about itinerary, what's included, what's not included, food, accommodation, safety, logistics, practices, pricing, terms and bonuses. We'll end the session with Q&A. Okay, so meet your guides. So this will be your guides for the journey. Me, Irina. I'm a spiritual teacher, transformational coach, and marriage and family therapist. And we have Yogini Elena. She's originally from Italy, but she had lived in India for a good 20 years. And she's Power of Manifesting coach, and she's a yoga teacher, yoga philosophy teacher, a very lovely person. And your Yogi Vimal. He is the native to Rishikesh region, and he knows that area inside out. So yeah, and he's a Swami Satananda Saraswati teacher. He is a yoga teacher, spiritual teacher, very profound person. So we will be working with two of them, and they will guide us through the area. Okay. So what you're witnessing here in the photo is actually Arti. That's a fire ceremony. Okay. And let's talk about safety, fire and safety. Well, first is airport hotel transfer both ways from Dehradun Airport. Dehradun is a local airport in Rishikesh, and that's included in your itinerary. So basically, it's a 40-minute drive to ashram. And yeah, ladies, can I ask you to mute yourself for now because I'm hearing some noises?
Is that
Oh,
me? Sorry.
yes.
Sorry. I'm in a place that's probably, oh, let me just fix it.
It's okay, no problem, no problem. So yeah, so the Dehradun airport is 40 minutes drive to Ashram. So you would fly to New Delhi and then you would transfer to Rishikesh. And the flights are that's a well-serviced area. The flights are pretty frequent. And that would be a local flight. If you don't want to fly to Dehradun, if you just want to exit in Delhi airport, there's an additional cost and it's a long drive. Now, why did I put it in the safety? Is because I have, not by choice, I had to take that drive from New Delhi to the Himalayas, and the road, you have mudslides, you have this tiny serpentine roads with buses and cows crossing, and honestly it was pretty nerve-wracking. For Indian people, they are used to it. For me, it was not a very safe adventure and I love adventure. So just for your own safety, I do recommend flying directly to Dehradun, and plus your transfer is included there. Yeah, you would want to be staying with the group. India is a fascinating country, but it's also country where there's a high crime, high rape of women. And when I went, I did not feel unsafe because I always stayed with my friends, with my group. So I didn't feel unsafe. So as long as you stay with the group and follow the protocols, you'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. But if you're a woman wandering off somewhere in an unfamiliar area, of course, that can be at your own risk, right? And of course, respecting the culture. We want to cover our shoulders when we go to temples. We want to cover our heads, and that's something to be said about safety, right? Because locals might find it disrespectful or might find it as an invitation to something, and we never know how humans interpret other human behavior from other cultures. So that's just important to mention. And you have Vimal there sitting meditating under the tree with monkeys. So logistics. You would need to apply for India visa. It's a pretty simple process. You go online. I will share the link with you. It takes a couple of days to be approved. It's really not a big deal. And connecting flights, we already talked about it. Open to men and women. This retreat is open to both genders. And you will have to have valid travel documents. Your passport has to be at least 6 months validity from the travel day. And if you need extra nights in Delhi or ashram, then I'm sure Elena can recommend some hotels where you can stay in Delhi. I loved one hotel I stayed in, and that was just like a paradise. So I can definitely recommend that hotel if you, I can't think of it from the top of my head right now, but I'll definitely get that information for you. Okay, this retreat will require a registration form, signed consent, and for those of you who attended my retreats in the past, that's nothing new to you. That's something, you know, and that we have to have on file. Now, this registration form will have more information. Of course, your passport details. Will ask for emergency contact because we are traveling to overseas, and we're going to need to make sure we have all the information on file and all your contacts in case we do need to contact your people here in the US. Okay, we also recommend buying a trip insurance, and that will cover your medical and also other aspects of your travels. Okay, so what's included, what's not included? What's included is all excursions, activities, classes, community circles, one Ayurvedic massage, round trip airport transportation, on-site transportation from and to the excursions, accommodation, 3 meals a day, and chai time in the afternoon. So everything in the itinerary is included. And what's not included, additional pachakarma treatments, which is, you know, they call pachakarma is the treatment, Ayurvedic spa treatments, additional nights at the ashram, tips, gratuities, India visa fees, which is about like $25, I believe, airfare, travel insurance, shopping, and transportation to places outside of the itinerary. So anything you choose to do on your own, that's not included. That's an actual picture I took in the Himalayas of the food market. So the food is authentic ethnic food from local farms and markets. The ashram takes it from, I think they have their own farms, Elena mentioned. They take the food from their own farms. And then we'll have our own private group there. So we'll have private group catering, mostly vegetarian, some vegan options, and there will be plenty of food. There will be plenty of food. There's something also before I go into accommodation to be said about food and water. You know, it's not good to drink tap water in India. So it's always good to bring a bottle with a water filter or drink water that they give you at the hotel. And with that being said, it wouldn't hurt to have activated charcoal or Pepto-Bismol with you, and what do you call it? The anti-diarrhea Imodium, like all this digestive help in case you will have an upset stomach. Okay, because it's a different country. You might eat something, you might drink something that can cause trouble for you. Okay, let's talk about accommodations. We'll be staying in Yoga Niketan Ashram. So basically, this is the picture of an ashram, and it's very basic. It's very basic. It's very simple. It's not luxurious. You will have this authentic ashram experience, and you can choose single or double rooms. The price is the same. You will have abundance of nature around you, and you will have basic necessities. You'll have electricity, you have hot water, You'll have food, you'll have everything you need to survive. You'll have your bed to sleep on, toilet, shower, of course, you will have all that. Wi-Fi is only available at the reception area. So you're not going to be able to use Wi-Fi anywhere on the ground, which is a good thing in a way. It helps you to stay present with the experience and not disperse the energy. So yeah. Okay, that's picture of me in
Karina,
Jakarta.
did you stop sharing the slides? I don't see the slides anymore.
No, Alex,
Mercedes, do you see the picture of the slides?
Yeah, I've been able to see all of them.
I don't see, oh, it went away suddenly like a minute ago. I don't see the slides anymore, but please continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see them all. I can see them.
Okay.
I've been seeing.
Oh,
Something maybe with your computer, Alex. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe try to sign off and sign in again, like see if that helps again.
Please.
Okay. So what to expect? Okay. What to expect? Let's talk about, let me just see everybody's in again. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay. So what to expect? You will have practices of yoga, meditation, breathwork, movement, connection circles, chai time, pachakarma, and ceremonies will be added to the journey to guide participants in processing, personalizing, and fully receiving the experiences that this ancient land has to offer. So you will have circles, community circles every day, even if it's just for 15 minutes to check in with each other, to see how everyone is doing. And for those of you who did go to Egypt with me, you remember that was an essential part of our experience, because it's important for us to come together as a community to really share our experiences and practices and bond, because we are going to be there going through this intense practices, and it's important to support each other through this experience. So, and my job is to be that support for you that you need to process and to integrate. It's a very exclusive and unique experience that is not accessible to tourists, because we do have a privilege of having local guide who grew up in the area and who is allowed to places where others are not allowed to be. So this is going to be very, very unique and special. Okay, this is our itinerary. Now, again, it might change, but pretty much this is what we settled on with Elena. Day 1 is arrival and welcome dinner. Day 2 we'll do some chanting and Bhagavad Gita sacred text teachings, because it bothers me. A lot of people come to India and don't know what Bhagavad Gita is and what sacred text they really follow, and that's the essence of yoga. So this is really sacred text and going to the roots, and that's what Elena teaches, and that it's fascinating. So we're going to start with that. And Shiva Arti ceremony. Arti ceremony is a fire ceremony. So we have a guru who comes in and does the ceremony. We will have the chanting. So that's day 2. Day 3, we'll visit to Vashista cave. And that's a beautiful cave. I believe it's also called Jesus Cave or something. And so that's going to be a very authentic experience. Day 4, we have Yagna with Pandit. And this is a prayer and puja in the temple. We'll visit Baba, who lives under the tree, on day 5. I'll do arti ceremony, again, fire ceremony in Rishikesh. We'll have kirtan, which is singing and chanting. And we'll go to Rishikesh on an excursion to visit the area. Then day 7 will go to Nikraj, Shiva, and Durga temples, very special sacred temples. Day 8, sunrise at Kanjapuri. We will go meet a sunrise on the mountain, and we'll have some henna painting. And, oh, sorry, there's a mistake on day 9. It's actually said market arti ceremony. So another ceremony at the market, and then you will have an opportunity to shop there. Okay. So again, we might add some things or remove some things from the itinerary, but you get a gist of it. Okay. So now, is this experience for you? That's something you have to decide, because it requires flexibility, patience, kindness, and trust in the process, awareness of your own needs, and respect for the needs of others. Now, why did I put it there? Because a lot of people come to India and they don't realize there's a lot of traffic. Things don't happen on time. There are delays. We might not get to things that we planned. There might be cows crossing the road, and cow for them is a sacred animal. It just walks everywhere, and we sometimes have to stop and wait for the cow to cross for half an hour. So, it requires flexibility, patience, kindness, trust in the process, that everything happens for a reason. You there to learn, to tap into your own resilience within yourself. And I felt when I went to India that every single moment was a lesson for me. It was a personal lesson that really asked me to exercise this type of self-awareness of myself, awareness of others, and kindness and patience. And those lessons were so valuable for me personally. So if this is something that you are ready for, then you will walk away with a lot of value for yourself. Okay. That's a picture I took of the monkey. There are also monkeys running around in the ashram. They're everywhere. So it's their land. They don't bother you, honestly, unless you are holding food in your hand. Again, talking about safety. I wouldn't be walking around with ice cream and bananas and holding them in your hands, because then you'll be attracting monkeys, unless you are purposefully trying to feed them. But other than that, they will not bother you. They're not going to come and approach you if you don't bother them. So terms and bonuses. All early pricing ends November 1st, 2025. After that, you'll have the $350 per person for all itineraries after the date. I have payment plans available. So if you need to break the payment into 3-4 parts, please talk to me, and we will come up with a payment plan that's comfortable for you. Payment options, I accept Venmo and Zelle. That's the best. I have Wise Transfer for US and international clients. I have PayPal. Well, PayPal and credit card will have to add fees, processing fees. I think it's 3 point something for processing fees. And then if there's a PayPal fee, that has to be covered. If you prefer to use credit card, that's possible. But again, it will involve fees. Now, $100 friend referral. If you bring a friend, you and your friend both get $100. If you're one of my people that attended my programs in the past, you also get $100 returning, $100 returning guest discount. So it's important to understand all payments are not refundable, because I do have to pay for ashram. I have to pay for to reserve certain things in India, and they do not reimburse me. So unfortunately, I will not be able to give you back your money. But if there's someone else that wants to take your place, or after we fill up, there's waiting list, or you have a friend that wants to join, then you can get your money back. Of course, I'm not going to hold on to your money. Journey is limited to 12 participants, 21 plus years of age. And also, if you are on the school, you will get $50 bonus deducted from your trip package. Payment plan, I already talked about it. And deposit would be 35%. Final payment is due 30 days before the trip. And now we will open to Q&A. I'll stop the share so I can see you. Okay.
Yeah.
And hold on, let me stop
Oh.
the recording. Pause.